Now, it's no secret we're seeing more and more naked bikes on the road lately, more specifically those in the middleweight category. However, engine displacement aside, unfed motorcycles are here to stay, and here are some reasons as to I think why. Now, I know the spectrum of middleweight motorcycles is growing broader every day and the goalposts are moving further and further apart. As it was only yesterday, you can get a Yamaha MT-07 or a KTM Duke 690, and that was considered quite a hefty middleweight bike. Whereas nowadays in the same category, the boundaries are getting pushed and you're starting to see things like this Yamaha MT-09 or Kawasaki Z900 in the exact same category. How is this a middleweight bike? How? Naked bikes really are the ultimate all-rounder, and they pretty much cater to every kind of riding style straight out of the box. Slap some saddlebags on this adventure bike. Yes, it's no BMW GS 1250 and you are going to have to stop a lot more than you'd like to fill fuel, but I said almost, it just takes a little bit of squinting sometimes.
Want a sport bike, but don't fancy playing Russian roulette with your lower back each time you ride it for longer than 5 minutes?
Get a naked bike.
Or do you want to ride a sofa down the highway but without the fear of bankrupting your children's children in Harley Davidson repayments?
Get a naked bike. But seriously, Harley Davidson, why are your bikes still so expensive and they cost how much? Still using 1970s technology. I can't wave at other motorcycle riders? Why? Honda CB650 9,399. Honda CBR 650R 9,899. Yamaha MT-07 8199. Yamaha R7 9199. That's massive. Kawasaki Z650 8149. Kawasaki Ninja 650 8899. You get the idea, and with inflation at an all-time high, it's no secret that price is a massive factor for most people to consider. And potentially saving $1,000 upwards on different variants, really less is more nowadays when it comes to approaching your local dealership. Now, my next point ties hand in hand with this and they kind of intertwine, and that is because I'm going to talk about maintenance. Now, you've probably put 2 and 2 together and worked out that this is my Yamaha MT-09. So let's play a little game and pretend I need to do some maintenance on my motorcycle. Need to change my engine coolant. It's right under here. Need to carry out a visual inspection of the engine. It's literally right there. Change the oil or oil filter. It's literally right there.
What a coincidence, I get home and my neighbour wants help changing his oil and oil filter on his Ninja 400. 6 bolts later of various different sizes and taking care not to scratch the fairings, we're in. Now bear in mind this is a Ninja 400 and these are on the easier side of the spectrum when it comes to working on full fairing bikes. And trust me from experience, after taking your fairings off a couple of times it does start to get tedious.
Why is it that fairing bolts are the easiest things to lose in the world? I've seen so many bikes with the wrong bolts in because they go missing, and you think they'd be exactly where you left them 2 minutes ago. Not these guys.
When it comes to performance, you'll tend to notice that a majority of middleweight naked bikes are geared more towards torque and acceleration over horsepower and top speed. For the street, that's where you want to be, like that's where the fun is, not having to ring out the RPM on a full fairing bike into instant jail time or slowly creeping around the corners not to scrape the bottom of a 600-pound cruiser. Naked bikes tend to offer a great balance of power and poise to keep riders satisfied on every ride. They tend to come with wider, straighter handlebars instead of clip-ons, giving so much more flickability, resembling that more of a sport bike, unlike your typical straight line only Harley Davidson cruisers. Don't get me wrong, cruisers can eat up highway miles effortlessly and usually offer more wind resistance on the whole, but with the money you saved earlier, windscreen is a very cheap and easy fix for a lot of riders. And you may see a theme here of me squaring up the most recognisable motorcycle styles, but that's what a majority of us riders do, me included. We put styles of bikes and riders into specific boxes sometimes and we judge what we see. And that's why my last point, why middleweight naked bikes are taking over, is the community.
Cosplay cruiser brothers, high-speed squids, stunt riders, off-roaders, adventure dads, they all have their own stereotypical space in the motorcycle community. But naked bikes are in their own unique space that they don't really have anything stereotypical just yet. Middleweight naked motorcycles, for the average person, they kind of tend to do it all, and pretty well at that too.